Peace be upon you. How are you guys doing? Yesterday we started and said, in the name of God, the most merciful. We presented a simple presentation. I explained what we will do and how we will proceed. And God willing, we will start the first lesson in the CIPS L4. I will share with you the slides. We have a global standard of supply chain. There are 2 routes that can get professional certificates in the procurement. The first route is ACSM, Association of Supply Chain Management. This is called APEX. These are the 3 most important certificates. CPIM is for production and inventory. Another certificate is CLID, which is for transportation. And the most famous certificate is CSCP, Supply Chain Network Design. We said that we will talk about CIPS L4, and I will tell you that CIPS are one of the most famous and strongest international certificates in the world. It is presented by the Chartered Institution of Procurement and Supply, which is located in England. CIPS offers a number of certificates, as you can see. It has 5 levels, starting from level 2. Level 2 is a certificate that is for beginners who like to get to know procurement or who didn't work on procurement before, so you could start with it if you want to enter the field. Level 3 Advanced Certificate. It is advanced certificate for those having 3 to 5 years of experience in procurement. Level 4 Diploma. From here, you could say you will be professional in procurement world, and this is the level which I will start teaching it. There is CIPS L5, the Advanced Diploma. Then there is CIPS L6, the Professional Diploma. Then there are 2 routes to become MSIPS member and fellow member. You can enter CIPS.org on the internet, and you can surf the website of CIPS. You will benefit from it and find many other things that you can use to develop yourself in procurement. Now we will explain the CIPS Diploma L4. CIPS Diploma L4 consists of 8 books. L4M1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have L4M1 and L4M8, which are tested for a constructed response. This means that they give you a dialogue and they ask you to answer. The test of is 3 hours, and to succeed, you have to get above 50%. From L4M2 to L4M7, these are called objective response. Objective response means that you have 2 or 3 lines. You read them and you choose an answer of 4. The test will be an hour and a half, and the success is above 70%. CIPS Diploma L4 consists of 8 modules: L4M1 Introduction, L4M2 Business Case Notifications and Demand, L4M3 Contracting, L4M4 Sourcing, L4M5 Negotiations, L4M6 SRM, L4M7 Whole Life Cost, and L4M8 Practical Application. This is the journey we will all start together, and may God help me and help us all to reach the goal we all wish for. Now we will talk about the first book. L4M1, Scope of Influence of Procurement and Supply. This is 4 chapters. Chapter 1, what is procurement? Why procurement is important. Procurement, classifications, added value. Supply chain management, supply chain versus procurement, stakeholder management. Chapter 2, procurement cycle and e-procurement. Chapter 3, infrastructure, governance, structure, IT. Chapter 4, procurement in different sectors, private sector and public sector. I will try to run through this because it is a long presentation. L4M1 Scope of Influence of Procurement and Supply. Chapter 1, understand and analyze the added value that can be achieved through procurement and supply chain management. These are 4 topics. 1.1, compare the concepts of procurement and supply chain management. 1.2, analyze the different sources of added value in procurement and supply. 1.3, describe the categories of spend that an organization may purchase. 1.4, differentiate the stakeholders of procurement or supply chain functions. We said that Chapter 1 is 4 topics we will talk about. Is that correct? Okay. The first topic is to compare the concepts of procurement and supply chain management. There are 6 points we will talk about. The first point is the definitions of procurement, supply chain management, and supply chain networks. The second point, compare the role and function of supply chain management with procurement. Point 3, definition and function of supply chain tiering. Point 4, definition and issues related to complex supply chains. Point 5, definitions of logistics and materials management. Point 6, definitions of waste management and closed-loop recycling. The second point from the first chapter. 1.2 Analyze the different sources of added value in procurement and supply. We have 5 points to talk about. Point 1, the 5 rights of procurement. Point 2, defining total life cycle costs or whole life asset management. Point 3, achieving 5 rights of procurement from external suppliers. Point 4, other sources of added value: innovation, sustainability, and market development. Point 5, defining value for money. The third topic from the first chapter. 1.3, describe the categories of spend that an organization may purchase. We have 6 points to talk about. Point 1, typical breakdown of organizational costs represented by procurement of goods, services, and constructional works. Point 2, stock and non-stock procurement. Point 3, direct and indirect procurement. Point 4, capital purchases and operational expenditures. Point 5, utility procurement. Point 6, commodity procurement. The last topic in the first chapter, 1.4, differentiate the stakeholders of procurement or supply chain functions. These are the 3 points we will talk about. Point 1, definitions of stakeholders. Point 2, examples of stakeholders of a procurement and supply chain function. Point 3, mapping stakeholders for a procurement and supply chain function. I'm going to stop sharing and we'll talk in a bit. Sorry for the long introduction. But this is the book. I think that all the topics we discussed in these slides have been discussed a lot. We all saw these things, but academic science will get you into the details of these things. You know it, you've definitely done it, you've definitely practiced it yourself, you've read everything I've explained, everything I've read, you have definitely done it in your life, you have definitely seen it once, twice, and thrice. So for sure, for you, it will be easy, smooth, and simple. It's really easy, smooth, and simple. Okay, let's get into the topics. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace be upon you. How are you guys doing? Yesterday we started